Good morning and welcome to Relationship Wednesday with Coach Ellis. And this is the day I spend just a few minutes speaking to people about relationships, particularly women over the age of 30 who are in, want to be in, or have been in relationships with men. So if you just want to have a better relationship, this is where we talk to you about that, using this idea of the relationships Universal Lessonz, or as I like to call them, the RULZ. So, I was watching a TV show this past week, Lady D, and it was about couples talking about their journey in relationships. And one of the things that I saw that was very illuminating was that in many cases, they were still learning about each other. In fact, they'll be asked a question and one of the partners would answer it, and the other one would generally look surprised. They say, I never knew that. We've been together for 5 years. We've been together for 15 years. In one case, been together for 40 years. And they did not know these things. Which reminded me that in relationships, we are constantly learning our mate. We're constantly learning our partner, constantly learning our spouse. If you don't learn, constantly learn, you'll grow stale, you'll grow old. So I was asked this question: what does it mean that after all this time, you're just knowing these things about the one you love? And I think it's a great thing. This idea that the relationship is a learning relationship. If you fail to learn, the relationship grows stale, it grows old, and we must learn with a purpose. We must learn in order to help, not to hinder. Right? In order to help manage, not to manipulate. We learn about ourselves. So we find out that they always like to draw or paint. You've known them for 30 years and you know a lot about them. You thought you knew everything, but you didn't know they were artistic. Because and you're saying, wow. And you can take that as a learning point, because we are always striving to know more, know you deeper. With the one that you love, you're really saying, I want to know you more. I want to know you better. I want to know how to love you more consistently with who you are. So now that I would know that someone likes to draw, then maybe when I'm out of ideas on what to get them, it's sketch pads or paints or drawing pencils or things that speak specifically to them. When they find out that I like to do certain things, I like to collect chess sets. So folks saying, well, maybe we'll build this environment where every year you get a specially made chess piece. This is a learning environment. Learning does not have to be damaging. This process of discovery doesn't have to be damaging. You don't have to leverage what you know in order to hurt the other person. In fact, if you're learning and not leveraging, what you're allowing yourself to do is become educated on how best to support them in their dreams and their visions and on their path of life. After all, our relationships are really not about us. They're not about me. They are about us. They're not about just me or just you. It's about us. And our usness requires that we continue to learn about one another. This is exciting. The whole discovery process. In fact, when great discoverers have discovered something, uncovered things, it's not that there's anything new about your loved one. It's just that some aspect of their lives you did not know. And when we have great breakthroughs, great discovery, we invent words like Eureka, which means I found it. We say things like hooray or we're excited about it because we've discovered something. We've labored and we discovered something. When we try to be deceptive about it, we got other words. But the discovery process is exciting. It draws us in. We become into our private eye trying to discover more about our loved ones. Again, not to manipulate, not to leverage, but to truly love and to truly help manage the relationship. So I encourage you, do not fail to continue to learn about your loved one. Because here's what I promise you. If you don't learn about them, somebody else will. And if you know the rules, you won't get played. Hey, I'm Coach Ellis. If you got any questions, comments, or thoughts, hit me up. Write a comment right here in the comment section, or hit me up at my email at coach@elliscrum.net. I'm sorry, coach at the RULZ, THERULZ.com, or catch me on Facebook at Coach Ellis. Until next week, have a one-tabulous, learning, discoverable Relationship Wednesday. God bless you. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.